Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I just did a video and I created the mixed media collage background, and that was the first video. And I didn't do the my Buddah. And actually, okay, this is how it worked. I did do the Buddah. I posted, and I already had drawn it out, painted it up, and posted it on Facebook and Instagram. And you know what? I ended up not liking that Buddah. I thought I liked it, but the more I looked at it, the more I didn't like it. So, and I didn't videotape the Buddah. So, it's also gave me a chance. So I collaged over it again, redrew the Buddah. I love how this one looks. And I thought, let me turn on the camera so you guys can watch me paint this Buddah up, okay? So I'm going to paint her up, or the Buddah up, with this color by, this is ink, acrylic artist ink, De La Rani, because I love this rust color. So this has been, I put some gesso on this middle part, and so you can still see through like a lot of the collage, like the book pages and music notes and all that. And little Asian, I want to see that through. And then I took a baby wipe with gesso, did that. Then I took a baby wipe again and then wiped it over with gray, because I want the base of her to be gray. And then I got this really dark brown. This is Amsterdam ink. And it's a dark brown. So these are the two colors I'm going to use to paint this, because I want it to look like it's a gray. It was a gray Buddah and it's been all rusted. Okay. All right. So that's what we are doing. So I'm doing this whole Buddah series. I've been collecting Buddhas forever. Whenever I see a Buddah, they always have them at Dollar Tree. They always have them at thrift stores. They always have them at Daiso. And so I've been collecting them for years. And I don't know, I just love Buddhas, and I always have loved them. And so I set up these little vignettes all over my house. And I forgot the name. What is the name of her channel? I'll look it up here in just a second. And she had done some paintings of Buddhas. And I was like, you know what? I love Buddhas. I need to do that. So we're going to bring that down so we can give this a flush of color, a flush of, and I do want this to come halfway down on the nose. Half of her lips too. So let's just go come and just bring it halfway down. And I'm doing it, it's almost like a rusty wash. So you can still see some of the gray come up through it. You can see the book pages that we collage down. And that's why I used a baby wipe when I put on the gesso and then I put on the gray paint, because it makes it translucent. It makes the paint translucent whenever you use a baby wipe to do something like that with. I almost shouldn't have put that right there until I was ready to spread it out because it already started drying. Unlike watercolor paint, you can't reactivate this ink. At least these ones you can't. Some inks you can reactivate. So once they dry, they're dry. And these ones that I'm using dry pretty quick, so. I want the line here to be nice and shaded. All right, then we want to blend that line out. Like right here, I wanted that line to be blended out a little bit more. So let's just try to add to it. And hit this so it just blends out. So it's almost like watercoloring, except it's permanent when it dries. I want a little bit more into here. Okay. And then on the eye, I go on the inside like this. And I don't want that harsh line there, so just on the edges, I'm going to feather this out. I'll show you what I mean. Just touch with a wet brush, with my brush that's a little bit wet. Just dabbing on that edge right there, just so this blends out. Okay. So it just blends out into nothing. Okay. Kind of put in, I'm going to paint this harsher line back in right here so it matches the harsher line I put right there, which I really don't want a harsh line, but I already put it there and it already dried. So nothing I can do about that. Okay. And then I'm going to take that dark brown color, the dark brown, and I'm using a real pointed brush, which I absolutely love. See this right here? It's a little Asian brush, and they come 3 to a package at Daiso. So if you have a Daiso, you can get these. I like to do intuitive writing and all type of symbols and all type of stuff with this, but these, it's also a great paintbrush when you need to kind of be a little more exact here, putting where you want to put the color at. I love it. You can almost draw with it. Okay, now I'm going to do some shading here by the nose. Okay. And if you get to it pretty quickly and you mess up, you can easily just take a baby wipe or a wet paper towel and wipe it off if you get to it before it dries. So if you look at something and you don't like it, really quickly just take a baby wipe or a wet paper towel and just wipe it off. Okay, let's just soften the inside of this line here. That's not so harsh, the shading here. I'm going to blend all this out, that darker color and put that in here. And we're just borrowing from the shading from this right here. And just putting it right up into the eyelid. Cool. I like that. Hopefully that'll be dark enough. It'll let us know if it's not. Can we blend a little bit of this brown out? It's kind of dried. Let's put a little bit of that brown here on the inside of here again. Maybe what's like that, we'll see. I think I like that. Okay, and then on this other side, I want to use this dark brown color. Now I'm going to have to, hopefully I can stay in frame. There we go. I have to move my and then, like always, I like to just soften up that line, blend that into the rust color, and then just soften up this line. Just so that dark brown and that color mesh together good. Yeah, I like that. And then we take this dark brown again. I think I can go all the way, yeah. Okay, let's hurry up and get here before this dries to blend out the line there that we just put in. Perfect. I want this to be a little bit more intense into here. My light's really shining on this so I can really see. There we go. Let's blend out that line. Sorry if I'm getting quiet on you guys. I'm just focusing. Okay. And then we're going to still work with this dark brown, and we're going to do some shading on the other side. And then let's blend this out. Hopefully I can stay in frame. There we go. Pounce this out a little bit, just on that edge, so you can blend that out. I'm going to blend all this all the way out. There we go. And just throw a little bit more right here, just so it's a little deeper there. Perfect. And then again, just blend that little edge out just in case a little bit. And I had quite a few people say they wanted to see me do this Buddah, paint up the Buddah. So sorry I haven't shown me drawing the Buddah, but you guys, drawing takes a while for me. So you would see me just drawing and erasing, drawing and erasing, drawing and erasing. It's just a little bit probably annoying to watch. So that's why I don't usually pretty much show my drawing, because drawing, you know, that's why I love collage, because collage feeds me. You know, it doesn't take any energy from me. It gives me energy. When I draw, drawing takes energy from me, because it takes a lot of focus. At least for me. If I drew more, it probably wouldn't take so much energy. But I don't draw all the time. Because as most of you guys know, my favorite thing is collage. Obsessed. But I am happy that I've learned to draw, though. So that when I have something that I want, I can draw it. But it does take a little effort for me with drawing. Okay, and just a little bit, we will just tap into that line just to blend it out a little bit. So I wet my brush when I do this blending a little bit to blend it out. I wet my brush, then I hit it with the paper towel, and then I come here, and that's just that little bit of water that I need to blend it out. I don't just hit it, put it in the water, and then come right here. I put it in the water, put it on the paper towel, and then pounce over the line just to blend it out a little bit. That looks good. And then Let me just go back to the outside just a little bit. Just to redefine this a little bit more. Sometimes when I pounce it out, I move around a lot and it's not as defined as I wanted it. That looks good. And then the lips, let's use the brown. I'm going to use brown and I'm going to go around the lips, period. Let me get a little more brown on my, oh, let me move my thing up so you guys can see. And then I haven't done the neck yet, so we will, I'll move my camera down when we get to the neck. All right, and then I'm going to just pounce on that line a little bit just to blend it out a little. There we go. And I like having that line in the middle there, so I think I'm going to leave that line. How it's really divided, like the face looks really divided up. I like that. So we're going to leave that. You know what, I might pounce this line out here a little bit to blend in with the rust color on the lips. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Okay, and then we have the earrings. I don't know if these are considered earrings or if these are considered droopy earlobes. I don't know. Because I've seen some Buddhas with droopy, like real droopy earlobes. Like stretched earlobes. I can call them droopy. Stretched. So, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. So I did that with dark brown there, and then I'm going to put the rust in the middle. And on the other side, we're gonna, okay, I gotta turn my canvas again. So when you do this type of technique, you're not looking for perfection at all. You're looking for like a watercolor effect. And I want the piece to look like it's been rusted. Like it was originally gray and it's been rusted. So okay, rinse my brush, dab on paper towel, and then just pounce this this line and blend it in a little bit. And kind of just pounce it in the middle so it all just kind of comes together. The edges are still darker. There we go. But again, I want to just go back over the darker line. Just to define it a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna let everything dry there. We're gonna go down to the neck. There we go. I don't want to make my camera fall off my thing here. All right, so now we're gonna go down to the neck. And how do we want to do the neck? Okay, the neck, we're going to define the whole neck here area here with brown, the dark brown. We'll do this side of the neck first. Okay, rinse the brush, dab with paper towel. Let's pounce this out. I pounce on that edge so that we don't have any harsh lines. It kind of blends out, which I just think looks nice. Blending out to me always looks better. Okay, so now let's go into that brown ink again. We're going to go to this side. I did reset the camera, yeah. All right, rinse the brush, dab it with water, and let's start softening up the edge. Just hit the edge. It's just a little pouncing motion. And it just really, really softens that up so we can have a nice little blend out. All right. Now here I want this to be just kind of muddled looking. On the neck. So I'm not being real exact with this, like this. Okay. And then we'll take some of the brown and I'm still wanting to leave some gray showing too. And then let's just take a brush, put in water, dry in a paper towel, and just kind of mesh things together. Just hit the edges on things so that everything starts meshing together naturally, letting it do what it does, like, you know, do it like it let it do its watercolor effect thing and let it flow where it wants to flow and do what it wants to do. So what they want it to look, I'm trying to make it look like it's a rusty piece, like it was gray and it has a lot of rust on it. And that's it. And that is it. Just hitting things on the edges to make it just muddle and molder up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Let me look at everything else and see. All right, we'll see if we like that. I just hit the nose a little bit of more rust. Everything else I'm really liking so far of how it's drying up. Okay, so we need to go back up to the headpiece. Okay, I'm gonna go up to the headpiece and I'm gonna take the dark brown and I'm going to outline the edges in dark brown. And I'm going to do my best. It's not easy working under this camera. Okay, and then I want to take the rust color and just really color this up with the rust. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to get that much water right there. Okay, kind of blend that out. I want it to be like a wash of rust, so it doesn't need to be, so you can take it and just kind of wash it out. Okay. Again, I'm going to take the dark brown and hit the edges again, outlining the whole thing. Oh, shoot. Okay. Kind of a wet brush, just kind of blend this up into, so we're just creating this nice little wash. Again, we're going to put this on like this, and then rinse your brush, get it kind of wet, just so we can go like this and it can be like a nice little wash. So some of the gray is still showing through. Any of the collage is showing through a little bit, which I think is fabulous. I just dipped into the ink a little bit more. I just wanted that wash to be a little bit darker. There we go. I'm going to go back over this one a little bit. Go back over here a little bit. So you're not looking for perfection when you're doing stuff like this. You're looking for that muddled, mottled look. So you're good if it's not all perfect, because you don't want perfection. You do not want perfection. I'm going to take a little bit of the brown ink, add a little bit of water, and make a lighter wash over here on the side. And just fill this in on the ear. Just a nice wash of color of brown. There we go. There we go. So I still want the outer edges to be darker, but just that inner part just to be a little bit more filled in. And I might want that for these lips too. You know what? Okay, so take a little bit of the color, the dark brown, like this, put it over here on the side, add a little bit of water to really wash it out, just to make a little bit of a wash, a light wash, and fill in the lips over here. So half the lips are rust and half of them are the brown, which I think looks really good. We'll let that dry. We'll let that dry and see how that looks if we need to. And sometimes when you're done, after it dries, and this is the thing, instead of like keep messing with it and messing with it and messing with it, let it dry, and then if you have to go back, you can go back and add. Because when it dries, it changes a lot once it dries. Not a lot, but it changes. Okay, we need to go up here and do that part here. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We'll line it in brown. And fill it in with the rust. I'm so much happier with this Buddah. I don't know what it was. I just did not like, you know what it was? I didn't like the face shape on that last Buddah. I wanted it to be like really rounded face, but I don't know. It just wasn't the shape that I liked. So I'm like, okay. So the lesson for me was, if you really don't like something, change it. It's just going to bug you. Change it. Okay, we just want to wash a color here, so I'm going to put that down, rinse my brush, and then spread this out. I should have created a wash, watered down the ink, but we'll just do this. There we go. Now it's a wash. And let's see if we can't define with the brown on the edges a little bit more. We may need to wait till it dries to do that, but we'll see if we can't right now. Yeah, we may have to define that with the brown on the edges when we're done. It's kind of blending out a lot there. No major though. Yeah, so I like how this, I really like how this Buddah looks now. This is what I was wanting. So much better. So what we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I'll do it while you guys are on here. What time is it? We got 40 minutes. Okay. I need to get some heavy, super heavy gesso, which I have right here. Okay. And I'm going to, let me just put the lids on these inks in case I hit them. Oh, this is a new I have a new thing to open here. Just a second. Probably shouldn't be using my teeth. Okay. Just a second, you guys. I'm opening up a new thing and my thumb went in it. You know, a mess. Just a mess. Okay. So I'm going to take my heavy gesso. You can do this with gesso. You can do this with wall compound that you can get at Dollar Tree. You can do this with molding paste. And I'm going to take this little spatula I have. And what I want to do is go ahead and just put in some of this stuff here, here, and here. I'm trying to decide maybe if I want to finish this up. If I want to add some things here, some elements here first, and then put that stuff in. I think I do. All right, you guys, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to add what I want to add in, like either like some rust fabric or some of the corrugated cardboard and the wedding applique. Something needs to go here, okay, before I put this on. So I'm going to pause you guys, make a decision, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys. So what I did was I had to make some decisions, so I didn't want to sit there and have you guys watching me hem and haw. I went and got some corrugated cardboard, hot glued that down. Then this is some doilies that I rust dyed. I have a video, I mentioned it earlier, on my channel. Just do a little search on my homepage and you'll see how I rust dye fabric. And I'm about to do a video on rust dyeing paper, because I haven't rust dyed paper. I've only rust dyed fabric. I don't know why I haven't done the paper. Anyway, so this is a doily rust dye, and again, I repeated the same thing over here. I tore up a piece of corrugated cardboard, make sure it's really terry looking, and then just a little piece of doily rust dyed. Okay, so now I'm going to take that gesso. This is a heavy body of gesso, and like I said, it doesn't have to be gesso. You could do this with like lightweight spackle. You could do this with molding paste. And I love this. It just adds that texture. I really, really love it. Okay. I want that rust to really come out wherever I've rusted it at. I might just throw a little in through here. And this one is going to be for sale in my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, it'll be listed pretty soon here. I got to photograph it and list it, so it'll be a little bit. I'm going up here just and adding a little bit of this. Just a little bit right into here. Okay. I've really lately just really got into this texture stuff. I love texture. And I don't know why I wasn't working with texture to this extent before, but I am now. There we go. There we go. I want it to be connected. And the last thing I have to do, but I won't do it on camera, is I need to go along to all the edges of my, I can't even show you the sides of it. And I wrap those with book pages, but I'll take the white gesso and just go like this on the edges, and that'll finish off my edges. So there's book pages on the edges, and then there'll be the molding paste on the edges. So yeah, you guys, I'm loving how this turned out, and a lot of this has dried now. Let me just show you the whole thing. So there's the top, there's this part, there's this, and then I'll show you the bottom. And there's the bottom. So I hope you guys like how I finished this off. Well, I hope you like how I finished this off, and also actually how I redid this, because in the picture it shows the old Buddah that I didn't like, and then on Facebook I posted the old Buddah that I liked. I thought I liked it, but then I didn't, and I thought, God, you know, why would you post something you didn't like? Well, I thought I liked it at the time, and you know what that also does is I'm gonna go back on, I'm gonna repost this and say, you know what, I changed my mind, I didn't like it, I redid it, and it just goes to show, if you don't like something, change it. I'm even gonna say that on my thing. Because how many people have posted something and they're like, oh, I don't know if I don't like that now. It's art. You don't always know what you're going to like. A few days later, you may be like, you know what? That's not it. Even though you thought that was it. Anyway, I'm loving it now. Like I said, this will be for sale in my Etsy shop if you're interested. And I'll be listing it in the next few days. Okay? All right, you guys. That is it for this one. Oh, really quickly. I am doing hashtag 15 days and 15-minute mini collage challenge, okay? And I call it feeding, it's mini collage, it's called feeding, and I call it feeding your soul. Because I really truly feel that collage feeds your soul, okay? It at least feeds my soul. I don't know what it is about, it's very meditative collages, it's very relaxing, it feeds my soul. I absolutely love it. So, that video is right before this video. Go check out that video. I explained the whole challenge. It's so simple, you guys. It's a 15-minute collage for 15 days, okay? And I talk all about it. It's very simple, and all the benefits of doing that, which I think you'll really enjoy. So, and there's also a giveaway in there too. All right, you guys, that's it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.